What's up, Planko fans? This is Jasmine, and you're watching M&J Games. We're back today with an update for my newest park, which right now I'm calling Paradise Falls. I am not 100% happy with that name, but that's just what it's called right now. So as you can see, I just wanted to give you a really quick update. I've kind of decorated the front of the entrance. Um, I really was kind of going for a somewhat Disney vibe with the landscaping. And I also added a very small bridge. This is not done. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do here, but this is kind of a temporary stand-in for hopefully something a little more just robust, I guess. I really hate that I limited myself with this path. There's only, this is just like the minimum path, I think, of four. Is it 4 meter width or something? I don't know. But this is the smallest path. And so I'm not 100% happy with that, but it's gonna have to stay that way for now. Um, Let me get my, well, I guess I can show you at night. Um, I, I like kind of showing you without having the HUD, so we'll just keep it at night right now. So another thing that I did was I updated the sign for my Eureka Village. This alphabet lettering is on the workshop. I did not do this. I believe this lettering is from Mavs Fam 4. Sorry, excuse me if I said that wrong. Um, I'm hoping that's the right name. I'm pretty sure it's Mavs Fam 4 though. Um, Actually, I am going to click out of here so you can see this better in the daytime. Yeah, so it's really cool lettering. I really, really like it. And I thought it kind of went well with this sort of theme I have going on, which is kind of a Bavarian European sort of feel. And then I just added the flags to it and decorated it. And yeah, it looks great. Another thing that I've added was these two buildings here. Um, I did do these from scratch, but for this bell tower, I used the in-game. I think there is a Bavarian bell tower. Let me see if I can find it for you. There's some sort of bell tower that I use for inspiration from the game, and I am trying to limit my blueprints. Yeah, this is it. So I am trying to limit my blueprints in the game, but I probably will use a couple. I still haven't like changed this one or the other one over here. Because you know what, I like them for now, and I don't think it's that big of a deal that I have a few blueprints in the park. You know, obviously it would be great if every single thing in the park was 100% mine, my creations. But you know, at the end of the day, it's fine. You know, and like with the lettering, like I'm just not good at making my own letters. It looks terrible. I've tried. And you know, some people are just better at certain things than others. And for me, lettering is not my thing. Neither are signs. So I do my best with what I have, but I know that I'm somewhat good at decorating with flowers, landscaping, scenery. Yeah, so that's my explanation for that. I did somewhat finish this back piece of the castle. So I added these little windows here. And then on the inside, um, I found this piece. It's like a locomotive. It's called a locomotive piece. And I thought, you know, this would be really cool if on the inside of this train station that it was kind of like a museum. So my idea was I put it in this glass casing and called it the Old Express. I'm trying to use like this sort of old English sort of spellings, and I just thought it was kind of a cool idea. Like this is the first locomotive for the train, and then obviously the actual train is the current one. So my thought was through this queue, I would have these sort of train pieces and encase them in glass, and then it would kind of be like you're walking through like a train museum as you're going through this queue. So I did cover up my pass. Obviously, there's some, I call it flashing, but I know that's not the actual term here, which I will fix. But the queue is actually only like half the width of this building. So I have some space here to put some pieces and encase them in glass. So that was my thought with that. Now, this other coaster, this is the second coaster that I built. I'm so happy with it. I just have to show you a couple things. So I made this sign, not the greatest thing in the world, but I liked that I added these like two different layers to it. So it says Dragon Knight, so that's the name of the coaster. But then underneath, I put the type of coaster that it is, which I really like how that looks. But then another thing, when you go through the queue, I'm calling this the Dragon Knight. And so I thought, from that name, nobody is going to really know, what's a Dragon Knight? What does that mean? And the only reason why I called it that was because I have all these dragons throughout this castle. I thought it was kind of cool. And then I was like, you know what? What would be really cool is if this kingdom really admired dragons instead of fearing them. And the Dragon Knight is like a title of honor. So I thought I would kind of tell a story, and I put this little sign here telling you that the Dragon Knight is the highest honor of the kingdom for a knight. It's a lifelong title. Once a Dragon Knight, always a Dragon Knight. And I have my little animatronics, and then kind of go through the queue. There's this other knight animatronic there. And then you go up into the station, and I have like these two knights fighting. Now they're supposed to be like in training where they're just like play fighting, but I'm not. And I thought about calling this like having a sign that says like training or sword training or melee or I don't know. But I'm leaving it alone for now. But what I really like here is that I put these two boards, and it's called the Code of Knights. And I actually looked this up online. And if you look up Code of Knights, there is like some long things that have like actual paragraphs, but there's like a simplified version that has like characteristics of what a knight is and what they do, and so these were some of the words that were in the Code of Knights, and I thought that was just a really cool touch to have. So when people are in this, waiting for the train, they can read this and how like these words that characterize knights and their duty and their service. So I just thought that was a really cool touch. I normally, I make stations. I do the bare minimum on the inside. So I'm really happy with how this turned out. I still have to kind of make some changes here and hide, some of this stuff up top that you can see. But I really like that. And then another thing too is that I found like these little crests, because this arch is actually a little bit wider than it's supposed to be. So I needed something to cover up the hole, and I found like these little crests, and I put that on the inside and the outside, and I thought that looked pretty good. So so once the guests come out, They can go back, to the courtyard, or they can go over here. And I'm taking some inspiration from Corey Web Gaming. He makes some really good photo booths, and he is just a master at making these. And I'm not done with this, but this is just kind of what I came up with. But in one of the videos that we have recently released in our collab with Web Gaming and Iron Maddie, um, Corey put in these broken glass or like TV screens, and I thought that was such a cool idea to have like some broken screens on here because some things do malfunction in a real life park. So I just thought that was kind of a cool touch. So then guests will they do pass this little dragon. Oh, where's his head? Okay. They pass this little dragon and they can go here through this little store. There's a Justmento, an ATM, some vending machines in the bathroom, and they can kind of see the coaster right there. And then they come out, and there's going to be this little village here. This is my next part of the park that I'm going to be working on. But this building here is from the workshop, but I just adjusted it to have like an indoor section, and I just thought it was really cute, and it really fit in well with my castle. I'm sorry, I can't remember who actually built this, but I will be putting signs of any blueprints that I use from the workshop, just to give credit to the amazing builders that have built these amazing creations. So yeah, I mean that's about it. I'm trying to keep these videos as short as possible, and also I'm trying to do better with my camera. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that the first video update was like crazy with the camera, but this is the second, or I guess the third part of the park that I'm going to be working on. I'm calling it Dragon Village, which I'm not crazy about the name. But the kingdom is called Dragon Kingdom. So the village is going to be kind of this lower section. I tried to start on, kind of making a sloped path, which is really tough. It really is tough trying to mess with terrain like that. But I think once it's all done, it's going to look really good. But the whole idea is that this village is kind of like the little village for this castle. So like back in like way olden days, castles were like on a high point, or they're on like a hill, and then the village is kind of lower. And so that was my idea with like messing with the terrain right here, so that the village would be on this lower level and then the castle is like up at the top, if that makes sense. I put this right here just kind of as a stand. I was gonna say stand still. Stand in for something. I don't know if I'm going to keep this or not, but anyway, there's going to be something here that's like kind of welcoming you into this new section. So that's it, guys. I really appreciate you joining. If you have any suggestions on a name for this park, please let me know. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot about this new area here. Okay, we kind of have to backtrack. I'm so sorry. So this other thing that I've done is I've opened up this part of the castle. This is walkable now, and there is a bathroom here, an info booth, a first aid, and then people can kind of go out here. The train is going to stop by. Well, not stop, but it's going to come by, and there's this other little courtyard here. So there's a little bit of a picnic area here, and oh my gosh, this picnic area here, and I had obviously already built this section, but I just thought, they needed some more eating options. So, and then I was having trouble making this because the roof was just not working how I wanted it to work. And then Michael gave me the idea that why don't you make a balcony up top, so that it just kind of gives a little bit more interest to this side of the castle. And I just thought a really good idea. So okay, so now that is the end of my update. Um, I really appreciate you guys watching, and thanks so much for being part of our community. And let me know if you have any ideas on a name. I'll see you guys next time.